Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, Easton man? How you doing? Welcome in the stream. As you can see, I am not home. I am on the road down in Texas visiting some family, real close friends, hanging out at their place, and enjoying the weather down here in the Houston area. Actually, a little bit south of Houston. So, how has everyone week been? Just checking in with everyone. I know for myself, like I said, I've been down here actually extended the vacate this past the holiday, so was got here last week Thursday, and been enjoying the weather. I got a good friend that I've been knowing since college, with hanging out with her and her husband and her 3-year-old and chilling. I got family down here as well. My a nephew down here, not young, but well, younger than me, but nephew didn't get a chance to see him, but he's been busy working and everything. But just being down here in this environment in terms of the weather is awesome. It's like it's been like anywhere from 80 to 95 degrees, humid, sweaty. So you go outside, you're instant sweat, which I love to do because I can work out. Y'all know I'm a gym rat. Easton, you know that. Um, and so just enjoying the food, enjoying the time. Watch the last couple games of the NBA semifinals for the East, and now we have the Celtics and Golden State in the NBA Finals starting tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. And John is not here right now. He will be in. He's taking care of some business. If you watch me on Instagram, I explained all that. So he will be joining us very shortly. But until that time, I'm gonna hold it down as I do. So we got some fun stuff to talk about today. We got some summer events. I did, and if you didn't see the tweets on Twitter, I did a show with Lucas Egan and Ryan from Land Party Podcast. They're out of Nevada. They're out of Las Vegas. Catch that. Go to that Twitter. It's Lucas Lukasegggen. Lucas Egan is his name. Check him out on Twitter. He's posted up. I already retweeted some of the tweets from the podcast. Check it out. We had a good conversation. Me sitting in the same room yesterday, going through the interview, talking with them, questions about me as a coach, but also things that's coming up in the summer, things that's going to be happening or maybe not happening. I don't know. But it's still, I think it's going to happen. Things are going to happen just virtually in another way. Since the pandemic, there's been different events that been able to be active or semi-active, being virtually, things of that nature. So we talked about that a lot, and so so go there, check that out. We talked about big, I think it's Summer Game Fest. That's a big festival around this time. We know usually around this time is E3, but E3 obviously they tried it, they thought about it, and then they said no, we're not going to get it going this year. We're just going to. I'm not sure if they even doing it virtually. They might be, but they still, obviously waiting for things to clear up. Some places are wide open in terms of events happening, which is good. DreamHack, PAX, those events, even though people came out of that and some contracting COVID. So it's still relevance of COVID still hanging around. But I believe we're still getting the ball rolling. And a lot more events that happen in person are going to happen here in 2022. But 2023, 2024, coming in the next few years, things will be up and running. And that's what I was just mentioning. E3 is definitely not happening. Unfortunately, it was always a fun thing to go to, being in person, standing in long lines, putting on your walking shoes because you got to do that when you go to a E3, man, because the walking around, but it's for fun. We are all gamers. Everybody that goes to E3, and if you don't, that your feet are not your feet. You don't if you don't think your feet are not going to hurt and walk around for hours on end, standing in lines, then you're wronging yourself. So you just gotta know that E3, DreamHack, all those events, Comic-Con, Emerald City Con, all them MomoCon, I think it's MomoCon or something like that's going on too. I've been seeing my friends following them through their experiences. I watched a person we had on the show last year, Hip Hop Gamer. He's been at a ton of events. Tiger Lily, I watched her on either Facebook or Instagram where she was in cosplay doing her thing, having a fantastic time wherever she was. I think it was MomoCon, and there's some cons down in Atlanta where she lives too that take place that she was definitely a part of, watching her and having a good time, seeing her in her outfits. She's cosplaying on a professional level. I got to catch up with her. She gives me inspiration. So JB, I won't be here long. Got to leave in a few minutes. Oh, okay, man, that's good. You could just put me on the background if it's on. You know how to do it. Twitch on your cell phone. Put it on the background. We can listen to us talk. Thanks for the sub 22 months in there, Easton. Gotcha. Eeyore. Oh, I got to give you that access real quick to Discord. That's what I got to do. I'll do that after this show. I've been obviously busy visiting with family, friends. I might be able to do it right now. Hold on. I'll jump in my Discord real quick. I'll go to see if I can find you real fast. Are you online anywhere? Because right now I don't see even that one. Let me go to general. Coach Llewellyn's online. How you doing, Coach? It's all good. I'll get you in there here this afternoon, probably after the show. I have more time. So we're on Twitter right now. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitch. And we're on YouTube. We're streaming simultaneously at 4 different places. This is awesome. Here's the Discord link. Throw that in there. I'll leave it up there for a little bit. Trying to wait for John before I get into, going down the line, getting to game releases and quick hitting news bites. I think I'm gonna go into news bites here for myself because I got some interesting ones, fun ones. Because we're talking about, what's going on in the world in terms of summer gaming events, and we have a few that we're gonna try to get started, but not quite. But some of them are still going through with it. And so I'm going to get to one here. Give me a second. I'm working with one monitor today. So y'all know, full disclosure. But I got one monitor. So I got to click through here very slowly to make sure I don't close no windows on myself. Wait a minute. Was it right here? Oh, no, it's right here. That's covering up things. All right. So I'm working with one monitor. So bear with me. That is fine. I don't mind. What's up, Mad Max? Appreciate that, Eeyore. So yeah, just checking in. So I said, visiting family, eating good food down in Texas, enjoying the hot, humid weather, which my wife doesn't like it. She has allergies, but I do. I'm like, yes. But I know it's nice in Green Bay. Talking to friends back there, and obviously checking the weather and all that stuff is going fine there. It's nice and it's summer in Wisconsin, which is great, and it's where everybody literally does everything outside they possibly can in the state of Wisconsin during this time. But let me get on to. I think I got my area set up now. There we go. See everything on the screen. All right, here we go. Boom. So right now we got Sony. So Sony, they do. So if you're the traveling esports fanatic like myself, when you go to E3 in Los Angeles, so E3 is in Los Angeles every year, and they have other events going on. So even though E3 is happening, Sony's going to do their thing, Xbox is going to do their thing, EA Sports, all the big developers are going to do their different events to launch what is coming up for the summer, the fall, first quarter, which is January through April of the upcoming year, so 2023 for us this year. So Sony right here is not, like it says in the title, what to expect from Sony's big, not E3 press conference. So E3, as we know, I mentioned earlier, if you just got here to the show, E3 is not happening this year. I think at all. It is completely not even virtual. They are just doing it. They're not doing it at all. So Sony, all these other developers are usually go about their own thing. They're still doing it. So Sony is having their big release of some of their games, some of their exclusive titles like God of War Ragnarok, which is so I'm impatiently, happily waiting for this game to drop. I'm going to change this. I don't like this look right here. Go back here. There you go. No, I think I'll go back here. So that's or try this one. I'm over here messing everything up. Look at this. See what happens when John's not here? I'm over here messing stuff up. But like I said, they got previews of God of War Ragnarok, previews of more DLC from Horizon Forbidden West and Gran Turismo 7 Ghostwire Tokyo. So, those are all part of their PlayStation Live subscription, but obviously they're going to got some new videos coming out, new launch releases dates on some of those bigger games, and like I said, for the big ones, for me, and then you can watch this live next week. I'm actually in here in a few days. Today is Sunday, or today, dang, wow, that's just me and just talking. Today is Wednesday, and tomorrow's event, it starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that means 5 p.m. Central. So you can tune into Twitch and the YouTube channel for Sony to watch their big releases of the games that are coming down the line here in 2022. Like I mentioned, God of War Ragnarok. Can't wait. I'm so excited for that. I've played all the games, all the God of Wars in the past here, and love them all. They're so fun. And now they got this next one coming out, man. It's just, man, it's super exciting. So, those games, and then what you can expect from the launch. Like I mentioned, DLC for Ragnarok, or talking about Ragnarok, DLC from Horizon for Forbidden West, and then also bigger reveals of third-party partners, some of the small indie games, but that are popular, that pops up for companies that work with Sony PlayStation. So that is where the summer fun starts. And one of the third parties right now is Square Enix for Forspoken, which is currently salted for PS5 and PC. And that's something that we talked on the LAN parties with my man Ryan and Lucas yesterday on their podcast, that Sony has been doing the numbers, looking at their numbers from a graphic standpoint, and noticing that a lot of their games that they launch, on the console and for PC, that the PC games are selling a lot more. So that is something, I think that's a number to pay attention to for Sony, because they might be, and even us as the gamers, things might be shifting to where Sony games might going to be released only on PC because of this. They're bringing in more revenue for that. And we know sometimes as gamers, it shouldn't be all about the money, but for the company itself, this is part of their, how they stay afloat. And so if they're seeing the trend of more of their games being downloaded to a PC and being played on PC, this is something obviously they got to pay attention to. So that's why for this game, Forspoken, coming out October 11th, later this year, is just something to pay attention to as a gamer yourself. There are more PC. Would you say, there are more PCs in the world than consoles? I would say, are you saying that, or is that real? Eeyore, because I know you like, I know you, but I know stuff. So you work in the biz. So I'm not going to put it past you that it's not that is definitely a true statement. And I think I would believe it too. I mean, in the past year, we had in the past 2 years, we had the pandemic, and then the pandemic slowed things down for consoles with the chips not being made consistently, or the demand was so high that everybody ran out of these chips that are for consoles and for most computers in the car computers that go into cars and all that too. So that just showed you the effect that the world was from behind COVID and all that. It's a renaissance. Loving the blue Lucid. Yep, thank you. That's why I got on the Lucid LS10s. Wired, got the wired here hanging out. So, but yeah, just with that transition and with that bigger number, like I said, what Sony has seen in the PC department of PC games. So let's be aware as a gamer that some games in the future for PlayStation might not be on console. Just letting you know. But yeah, go to the YouTube channel, go to Twitch channel tomorrow. Like I said, 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Central Standard, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where they're going to have more showing of Forspoken, God of War Ragnarok, and then check this article out by way of Kotaku here. It breaks down, some of the exclusive games like Final Fantasy. Let me see what Roman numeral is that. Is that 10? Is that 14? Is that Final Fantasy 14? Is going to be. It was announced back in 2020, but obviously delayed because of the pandemic. And then other games going to be announced like as Cloud Strife again in 2027. That must be a game that obviously must be coming that way down the line. 2027, that's a long time from now. So this quick Google shows 41% of gamers said they use consoles, while 30% of gamers said they use PC. What's up, Big Baby Duke? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. And my man John Cast Podcast just followed, so that means he'd probably be showing up here any minute. And then they also one developer, Capcom. They are coming in with Pragmata, and then also Resident Evil 4. There's long rumors of Resident Evil 4 update or remake, and that game is, no matter which way you remake it, is always going to be fun. A horror shooter, you can't beat it. Something like I think about all the time. Me and my brother used to play that game and scare the boo out of each other, sitting there as grown men, and still can't take can't take the jump scares as we just jumping off the couches and stuff. But yeah, check out the article. It breaks down the whole Sony release that's going to happen tomorrow. I know I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna tune in because the games that I like on there, and the main ones I played between God of War, which I talked about enough, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, the first Spider-Man with Peter Parker, but then Miles Morales, the second one. I beat both games, did all the missions, all the side missions, all the saving or getting my web and my suits all unlocked. So that's going to be exciting. And just the artwork, the graphics, everything looks good. It's good quality, good experience, good storyline, things of that nature that just makes me be more of a gamer. I say Xbox is my favorite, but I own a PlayStation too. I'm not going to deny that, and I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all a tale, but because I love those games. I love to play video games that actually drive my interest. Is it 6? I was off by 2. It's 10-5, so it's Final Fantasy 16, not 14. I was close though. I was close because I know the X is a 10. I wasn't sure what the V was and what the I was, but I was close. I was 2 off. That's not bad. Nintendo had a direct today for Pokemon, showing off more of Violet and Scarlet. For the Pokemon fans, check that out. Eeyore just put that in the chat. Please check that out. We have some fun stuff with that. So I'm going to check on, see what else is going on. Cracking, I'm doing a little bit of everything here. Let's see here. Get that up here. Just waiting on John. I'm about to pop this up here in the chat, or pop this up right here to talk about it. Get into some NBA 2K. They have their turn event going on again, or starting. It actually started yesterday. So let me get this up here. Actually, come off of that. Boom. Sorry. You don't have to see the behind the scenes stuff there. Which I did. So we got NBA 2K also, jumping into the turn, which is the tournament I mentioned a few weeks ago. They have these tournaments throughout the season. And as I say, you can go to NBA2KLeague.com to check all this other information out. But this is kind of the preview of it. So starting this week, going away till May 24th to June 11th is the turn. So it's the first big tournament of the season for NBA 2K teams. And, this is where the next 2 weeks, all the teams are kind of do their group play against each other. Whoever wins the pool goes on to the next bigger tournament. And obviously, for every win, every loss, the teams and the players, they earn their keep. They earn their money. So it starts the season. And I talked about it last week. We had a big OG Kurt on this show last year. Tried to get him back on this year. He's definitely said he wants to come back on. But, every team from the East and the West starts their seasons. And now, if you don't remember, like, they have the league studio in Indianapolis now for all the teams. I believe it's 24 of the 31 teams or the 30 teams in the NBA that have now 2K teams. And so having a central studio, which I knew was going to come, being that when it first started, 2K League was on the East Coast in New York City. They had the studio bounce around between Brooklyn and the Bronx, but just being the East Coast location, obviously it's unfair to the West Coast teams having to travel over, 3-4 hour flights, land, play a game, and then fly right back, and then have to do it, for 20 weeks or 17 weeks, something like that. So I think that was unfair. So now having this Midwest studio will help out the West Coast teams, kind of bring the parity together where they are resting and have the same energy to compete. Because, from my background playing professional sports, traveling is not fun, but it's part of it. We know it. And you cannot let that be your excuse for winning or losing. But now these teams, I said, with that Midwest studio, things are now even there. So now these teams can play, and so they'll be playing in a round of 16 seeding, and will be determined by the records during the group play. If necessary, you use the tiebreakers also as well. So they have matchups in gameplay, while will also use a single game format, and then matchups in the round of 16 will also use a single game format. So if you got a favorite team, you have in the West Coast, you have the Blazers. Blazer 5 Gaming do a new team here, do Infitos, Jazz Gaming, Mavs Gaming, Pacers Gaming, and T-Wolves Gaming coming out the West. That's Group A. Group B in the West is Bucks Gaming, Cavs, Legion, GC, Kings Guard Gaming, Lakers Gaming, and Pistons Gaming, and Warriors Gaming Squad. And obviously the Warriors NBA team is actually in the actual NBA Finals, so that's probably good, great for them in that town. And they're going to probably, they got a lot going on for themselves. And then the Group C is in the East. It's the Hawks, the Heat, Knicks, Magic, Nets, and Wizards District Gaming. Anyway, yeah, definitely not in the back game today, Big B. Oh, man. So it's a Big Baby Dude says, I'm so bad at 2K. My wife took the game away from me because I'm too bad. Oh, I'm too mad. Because I got too mad. Oh, yeah, you can't rage out, man. You gotta keep it cool, calm. But why she take the game? That's your game, ain't it? Oh man, I learned a long time ago, Big Baby Dude, that you can't rage. And God rest her soul, my mom, she was one of the reasons why I do not rage at video games. So I was probably around 8 or 9 when I was playing Madden. When it first came out, it was like Madden 88 or 89. And my favorite team at that time, and kind of still is the 49ers, because that's what me and my dad got me into being a 49ers fan back then. Joe Montana, Roger Craig, Jerry Rice, Ronnie Lott, guys like that win the Super Bowl. So long story short of it, I'm playing Madden on my Sega Genesis, and I threw a deep ball to Jerry Rice, and it got intercepted, and I think I lost the game. And so threw my controller down. I'm yelling at the screen, the game's cheating. It cheat me. Da, 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 da. My mom kind of slowly opens the door. She's like, boy, what's wrong with you? What's all that racket? I'm like, game cheated. I threw a pass. It should have he should have caught it, but he didn't. The intercept out. She's listening to me explain all this in my 8-year-old mentality. And she's like, she looked at me. She looked at the controller. And she said, well, I don't know what you just said, but I just know you break it, you buy it. So the controller was my Sega Genesis controller. The A button or the B button popped out. So I'm like, I knew what that meant, baby. I break it, I buy it. That means I got to buy a new controller if it doesn't work. I'm like, oh, man. Okay, Dad, Mom, got you. All right, so I got my dad's toolbox, pulled out the soldering iron and some electrical tape, wired it back up, and did my soldering iron stuff best way I could. Watched my dad do it, so I figured I knew what I was doing. I fixed my controller though, and so that from that moment on, Big Baby Dude, it was no raging out for me, because I was like, okay, I break it, I'll buy it, no problem, Mom, got you. So hopefully that helps you out in the rage department. Helps your wife out. Say, hey, look, I learned a little lesson from this guy on Twitch. He talked about how I cannot, rage out, because it's not worth it too, because you want, you love the game, and you just get playing it, you get better at it, so then you won't be frustrated at yourself. So it's all fun and games, as we know here on the stream. But to wrap up the brackets, or Group C, Group D is both Eastern Conference teams. I already mentioned Group C. Group D is 76ers, Celtics, Genji Tigers of Shanghai, and Grizz Gaming, Hornets, and Raptors Gaming. Raptors Uprising. So yeah, go to the website, NBA2KLeague.com. Check it out. You can watch the times, and you can just watch and actually see what they earn, because this is the cool part. The cool NBA 2K's teams will compete for a total prize pool of $250,000. So the prize will be rewarded as follows. So first place of this tournament is $100,000. Second place, $50,000. Third and fourth place, $25,000, and fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth place, $12,500 each. That means each player gets that amount. Each team gets that 12.5 and the 25 and the 50, and you split it amongst the players and the coaches on top of their base salary, which is around between 40 and 50 grand. So for the 2K, inspiring 2K players out there, boom, there you go. But go to the website, and there's other pro leagues. I'll always give updates. I'm going to do my best to give updates for all the other leagues out there, like Overwatch, like Call of Duty, like Valorant, Rocket League. And if there's leagues that are out there that I might not mention, send me a message in my Discord so I can bring it up here on the podcast. So John said he might be here. Like I said, he still might be coming, but you got me. You got this guy that used to play football that now talks about video games. I don't think that's a bad deal. How's everyone doing in chat? What's good with you? We got new, like I said, welcome in Big Baby Duke. Renaissance, what you saying? He says, when we get the competitive Sims 4 tourney, that's all about I'm good at. What would, Renaissance, a Sims tournament be? Because I played Sims only one time, and it took me about 3 hours to figure out I'm playing my life. And I already do this. I take out the garbage. I walk the dog. I do all this stuff. What would it be? Oh yeah, it's story. I've been really, but I really am just a big baby. Hey, no, it's all good. I trust me, Big Baby Duke. I understand when you playing these games, and I don't like the part of an RPG because I've dealt with I'm playing Halo Infinite. I'm playing Tiny Tina Wonderlands on my stream, and I don't like that part of an RPG game where it takes you, it should not take you this, it should only be like 5 minutes, boom, you get past the checkpoint. But I hate those checkpoints in an RPG where it takes you 2-3 hours just to get past one area. And I'm like, okay, I gotta put this down. I gotta take a break. I need a mental rest. I'm about to be frustrated. And so I kind of talk myself down and back off the ledge of me going off on the system. I don't know what it's always a part in the RPG. It could be God of War. It could be, like I said, Halo Infinite, Tiny Tina. I'm playing that, and it just seems like it's unbelievably hard. You can't get by, and you're starting to think about it. Obviously, that's where us as gamers, we go into our problem solving. Like, okay, if I go on this side of the map, I'm gonna try this, or if I shoot him first, if it's a shooter, or if I do this task first, I can get through it. Because all of it's about timing. It's like when you're playing like Halo Infinite on Legendary Edition, and all the jackals are going one shot you. You gotta hide behind this rock, kill that one first jackal to the right or left, and then move on to the next jackal because you want to get to the next a checkpoint, so it progresses you through the board. So I understand it. Feel the pain when you're there. The Renaissance says there are many objectives you can do in The Sims. You can make a competition out of literally everything. Okay. With that being said, Renaissance, why don't we make a competition in Sims 4 for pie eating? Do a pie eating contest. That means I'm gonna have to download Sims 4, which I haven't played since 2000. It's been that long. And we're gonna have to sit here and play and look at some virtual pie eating contest. And then let's get on to games. And then I'm on the road now, so I don't have all the intros. I don't have the cool intros. I think John will have to put that in when he uploads it to the podcast. So usually I have these cool intros, and I don't because I'm not home, so I'm on the road. So that's one thing that's lacking. I know we have the little music playing in the background, but none of the cool intros like intro to the show. And now we're about to get into where we at? About to get into game releases, I think, because we're gonna end the show with talking about Obi-Wan. So hopefully John is back for Obi-Wan talk and Stranger Things talk, because I know he's excited about it. We've been talking about it through Discord and through text messages all weekend. So Renaissance, I love playing sports, but I am awful in comparison to other online players. I said, did you get my message about in the Discord the other day? Yeah, I did. I just got to read it again because I got a lot of things going on flying around my head. Eeyore, more Mon Green sound. Yeah, we did that. Let me see. Let me go. What's coming up next? And I'll do that Mon Green sounds since we don't have the stream deck here. Let's see here. All right. We're gonna go into We're gonna go to this or that. All right, we're heading into this or that. This or that. All right, this or that. There is the Ahman Green sound. There you go. You are. All right, let me get the graphics up here. Oh, dude, oh man, yeah, I've been busy. I didn't even get I could get them in real quick. All right, so it's gonna be a little. Hold on a second. I have some good this or that's in here. I said, be on the road. It gets all discombobulated. So just trying to get back up on track. Here's the first one. Save it. Let me get the second one in there. Thank God I only have a few to do. That was a notorious suggestion. We started scaling back because we're going to be talking more video game stuff. You know, I'm speaking out loud right now. But I got some fun stuff I want to put in here. Let's get the first 3 this or that's in here. And then, save that. And then I'll put them up here on the screen for everyone to see. Here we go. So the first one is coming up here in about 5 seconds. Copy, paste, boom, boom. I deleted something. That wasn't good. All right, give me another 10 seconds and I'll be ready. I just accidentally deleted something. Wasn't supposed to do that, but it is what it is. All righty. All right, here we go. Boom. First this or that up. And then get that going. Boom. All right. Bad haircut or bad dye job. And I've been wanting to get my hair dyed. Trying to get it set with my wife or my one daughter. One of my daughters, she dyes her hair all the time. So I'm like, all right, getting a blue dye going on. Like have all my braids a different color blue or like the rainbow color. The ring I usually wear is a rainbow ring, you know, and I wanted to do it just like that, but lost the ring, so I gotta get it. I'm like, oh my god, so heartbroken. Lost that ring. Got it for my birthday. My wife bought it, so I'm not happy about that. So bad haircut or bad dye job. Bad haircut for me. I've had them because I cut my hair sometime. I'm not a barber, so that one no big deal because I've done it so many times, and it grows back fast. But a bad dye job, no, because that you don't know. Well, y'all tell me, can you wash it out instantly? Because I never really dyed my hair. I used to do the old school, a poor man's dye with the peroxide and the cotton swab, and you rub it in your hair, and then you go out in the sun, and the peroxide dyes your hair automatically red. I used to do that in junior high with my flat top. I was like trying to look like Kwame. If anybody know who that is, that old school rapper from the 80s. Kwame. Uh-oh, Eeyore, you got Nightbot on you. What'd you say? He said this or that. Yep. We're going to talk about Stranger Things here in a minute, Eeyore. So bad haircut or bad dye. Me is bad. I haven't done a bad dye. I haven't done dye, so I'll just say bad dye because it's messy. It may stay longer than you want it, and it may not be the color that you want. So it would be not fun. But I really don't. You know, for me, it's not a let the drive you crazy. We got Renaissance says I don't dye, so haircut it is. Okay. You see, my hair, I'm like a werewolf. My hair grows back super fast. So I kind of roll with the punches there. And we got Big Baby Duke. He says, I'm completely bald, so it doesn't matter. So it's neither. Yeah. And that I say that is a win. And I always told myself if I would start it, receding hairline and going bald, I would just cut it off too. I'm with you. I'm not going to fight nature, Mother Nature. If your body does not grow hair, I see all the different, people or different programs that get you to help you keep your hair on your head. And that's great. But for me, I was like, if it happens, I'm not fighting it. I'm letting nature take its course. My body's saying you can't have hair on your head. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Elsa, Frozen. Them two young ladies knew what they were talking about. You got to get past stuff. Boom. We had Big Baby Duke says, "Guess I could dye my beard." Hey, that's true. I have a friend. He streams quite a bit. Hollywood Gene. Every time I see him, his beard is another color. I've seen his beard blue, like a blonde, pink or red. He's orange. I mean, he's a big black guy. And so when you see that on somebody at 6'8" and 300 plus pounds, I'm like, you just okay. I see what you're doing. Okay, having some fun. So yeah, I've seen his beard. So that's another way to go, Big Baby Dude. I'm with you there. I could do that. I don't have a lot of hair. I used to have my beard like for COVID. I grew out a COVID beard. It was pretty thick. Now that would I think it was already colored. It was salt and pepper. It wasn't like blue or red or green or orange. But so yeah, so I'm going bad dye beard or bad dye for sure. All right, next is that here on the list. And this is the funny, this is the chewy one, yummy one. Pineapple pizza or candy corn. Ooh. And candy corn pizza, which I actually have eaten. I made a post years ago. This had to be back in 2016, 2017, 2015. You search around, and if I find the video, I'm gonna repost it this week of me, a good friend Nixie, and her boyfriend Jake. He goes by Beef Angus, great gamer tag. He streams as well. When we're doing we were doing the first couple seasons of the Gamers Lounge. It wasn't called the Gamers Lounge then. It was called, I forgot the name of it, but we did this show in the infancy stages. And it was challenged. I think she challenged me. I lost the bet. And the loser of the bet had to eat candy corn pizza. So it was cheese pizza with marinara and cheese, and the candy corn was melted in the oven on top of the cheese. And it wasn't that bad. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend that eating it every day or twice a week. That is not good for the human body. But if you lose a bet, which I did, I had to own up. I ate the candy corn pizza. Not that bad. I've had pineapple pizza. Not that bad either. A lot of people don't like it because it's sweet and salty all mixed together, and it's a fruit with a meat. And some people don't like it. I don't care. It's all going down the same windpipe for me. It's going down my throat all the same. But candy corn for me is not too bad. I'm gonna go there. Candy corn. What about y'all in the chat? What you thinking? What's your taste buds telling you right now? Renaissance chimes in. He says candy corn on pizza. Yes, candy corn on pizza is one of the choices. And it's just pineapple pizza. So candy corn pizza. I don't have it in there. I could edit it in there so you actually see it. Get that candy corn. Corn pizza. Here we go. Hang on. There we go. What? No, it didn't. Oh, it didn't edit. It didn't. Did it do it? Save. There you go. I'm like, wait a minute. And while we're doing that, getting more answers in, I'll finish off to this or that by putting in the other ones. So we only have 2 more to go after this. After this candy corn one. Because by the time John gets here, we could be just timing up right. We could talk about Stranger Things, all that fun stuff that everybody wants to talk about right now. We got Halo HCS series week 5 is up and running. Go watch it on YouTube right now. That was just the alert that came through. Just letting y'all know. Oh man, I love my job. It's so fun. All right, next this or that. Did anybody chime in for any more candy pizza? Let's see. Big Baby Duke says pineapple pizza 100%. I hate candy corn. Yuck. My candy corn in my family. My mom loved it, and I don't think she would have ate it on a pizza either, man. So, all right, next item on the list, we have winning the lottery or finding your soulmate. Winning the lottery or finding your soulmate. I put up some good ones to make you think. For me, oh, crack. Did you hear that? Good pop. Ooh, that's good pop. I say this one's easy for me. Is finding my soulmate, in which I have my wife Marie. We've been together this June, these 16 years. Well, total married 14 years. So that's my soulmate, and I've been fortunate enough, obviously, with my career to experience the financial side of being okay and all that, and just being real. And soulmate is that one. Like what said, Renaissance says lottery, a soulmate will come with it. I hope so. I like the enthusiasm and the positivity there, Renaissance, but you still don't know. Sometimes you gotta find that soulmate, or they find you. You can't force it either. It has to just happen. That's how love works. But I would say for a soulmate for sure. And even if I wasn't an NFL player, teacher, doctor, lawyer, or whatever, computer IT guy, be soulmate. I think that because money was it Sean Combs said money and Biggie, more money, more problems. That is a true statement. So just be wary, Renaissance. Be wary. Be conscious. Be aware. Anybody else in the chat? Finding soulmate or winning the lottery? I'll tell you where I stand. Soulmate is easy breezy. Makes things a lot more smoother. Y'all a team. Y'all a unit working together in life together. You got each other's back. I'm just a team guy because that's all I played when I was going. I played team sports. Now I play team video games. Or somebody, I'm playing it with Eeyore, he knows, or Notorious, she's not here today. But anybody that's played with me in the shooter, I do my job. I get my role taken care of. Sometimes I might miss a shot, but I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna not miss it the next time. So I like having that teamwork, being within that. Teamwork makes the dream work. Pooch comes in here and says 100% soulmate. What's up, Pooch, man? How you doing? Hope you're doing good. And some can't post comments. Renaissance says might be easier for you to pick soulmate because you don't need the lottery in your situation. Well, no, that's not a true statement either. It's still tough. It's not hard. It's not easy to find a soulmate, and it's not like I was looking for one. I was looking for somebody to obviously fall in love with and all that. But obviously, even when you do that, you gotta find out through the time y'all living together or dating each other if it's there, if it's that spark that connection is there. And it doesn't happen in the first. It might not happen in the first day. It might not happen. And I say if it happens, I say it may happen right away. You might go, boom, this is it. This is her. Or she'd be like, this is this guy. This is the guy. Or sometimes it might take some time of just really connecting, talking, learning each other, likes and dislikes, and all that to find out, oh yeah, this is the one. It's always that. It might be that road. Max says, soulmate. I'll be married for 22 years, July 1st. So in a month, we were together for 5 years before that. So 27 years total. Awesomeness, Kevin. Mad Max, excuse me. All right, next, we'll move on. Next one, next this or that coming down the line here. Now, everyone, this might be, I want to see where this one goes because this one, I have a lot of friends and I'm one of them sometimes. I get on people for not doing this task that's coming up. And it's not a big task. It's stuff that we do, though, that if they don't do it right, you want them. So, if you misquote a movie, or mistaken a lyric in singing a song. You don't want, which one are you going to be? Where I'm at in life at this stage, lottery will be much more beneficial to me than a soulmate. All right, Renaissance, gotcha. But with the next one here, and as everybody answer that question, I'm going to get ready for the next area of information. Already did that. So misquoted movies. I know For anybody, everybody in here, a lot of people know. I know Ear knows. Pooch knows this. Big B, you gonna know this. I'm a Batman fan. Renaissance, you know that as well. And if I run into another person that says they're a Batman fan and they misquote um, a one-liner from Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton, Heath Ledger, any other Batmans, any other villains in the movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger, even though he was Mr. Freeze in that one movie was probably the worst, one of the worst Batman movies out there. But it's still a Batman movie. I'm gonna still enjoy it. They misquote any of that. I'm on them. I'm on them fat. Like, man, you what up? He didn't say that, So, and movies, there's songs, it's songs that I know like by heart. Like, Mama Said Knock You Out, Baby Got Back. I'm an '80s kid, so old school song. You Be Illin' with Run DMC. Even I say that's the only song I'm not even 100% on myself, so I get on myself about it. I say stop rapping them on. You don't know all the lyrics, so dog. He said, ER says I've done both. Me too. B Money, how you doing? B Money Jr. in the house. Big Baby Duke says I'd rather make a mistake. I'd rather mistake a lyric because they can be difficult to understand. Movie quotes are pretty straightforward. True. Depends. It depends. I say the music, like if it's rap music, right? Or some of the singing, you might not hear it all come out. In Renaissance sense, mistaken lyrics are much more common and accepted than even a word for it. What's that say? Monda Green? Is that my name misspelled or mispronounced? I don't know. Pooch says, a mistaken lyric. Every song drives my wife crazy. Hey, when I know I don't know a song, I sing it to do that to my wife or anybody in the car with me. I don't know. I like the song, so I'm trying to do my best. Michael Jackson, Kelly Clarkson, whomever type song that I like because I like those singers. They got good songs, and I'm gonna try to sing them. It's not gonna be there to that quality, just letting you know. I don't have a opera voice. I don't have a Grammy Award winning voice. It's not happening. But I'm gonna sing that song. I don't care how good I sound. What's up, JFK? Oh no problem, man. We've been no wrong being late. He said, "I'd rather misquote movies than lyrics." Oh, he said you rather misquote movies. Yeah, I rather misquote songs. I thought I have more fun at that because I could get on people's little nerves. Like, what are you doing trying to sing that song like that? I'm like, I know you like it. Just having fun. You gotta have fun in life. You know that. You know how I roll. It says people really. JFK said people really get on you for messing up a rap lyric, but there's some rap lyrics I've been singing my whole life. Right. It's some that you can nail. There's some current ones that I know pretty good. Like some of Kendrick Lamar's previous albums, not this new one. I know his first album almost front and back. I could sing that almost word for word. But yeah, you around your boys and you say something, you're like, what you just say? Like, bro, just stop. You need to calm that down, man. All right. So since we don't have the visual effects of everything, so we got game releases coming up. So game release, what was game releases? Is that? No, that's what's on stream. Game releases. Oh, that's with the dog. Game releases. Game releases. All right, I gotta edit in some stuff here. See what happens when I'm not on the road. I knew I was gonna be on the road. I just didn't prepare all the way. I got most of the stuff right in here, ready to go, but not all of it. And that game's out May 31st. So I'm gonna talk one of your games, Eeyore, if you're still here in the chat. One of your games that I think you're playing, because I know you talk about it quite a bit. So I'm talking about that. I'm not gonna talk about none of John's stuff, because that is John's stuff. And when he pops in, if he ever pops in today, if he doesn't, that's okay too. We will definitely see him next week, and hope everything's going good with his family. He has some family stuff that he had to handle. Nothing bad. Just saying, nothing bad, but it's just stuff, he is Head of household, he got to take care of business. But for me, I'm still talking about the two games I got. One is an old nostalgia game, and one is a new game out now. In the chat, what's the chat saying? Well, yeah, more. There we go. Mind Green sound. We got game releases. Game releases. Let me take that off. Let me go down to game releases. So there's my games right there. Genshin Impact update. I mean DLC. Let's see if I get it up here on the video. Nope, that's not that. That's not it. Nope, nope. All right, hold on. There we go. Nope, that's not it either. Oh, nope. There, boom, there it is. Is that video? Where's the video? Nope, that's not it. Where's my Genshin video? Oh, there it is. I found it. All right. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I can't do that yet. Boom. There we go. I don't know if that looks like. He said, I want clips of these so bad. Well, here's the clip. Here you go. It's on YouTube. You can find it yourself there. And it is the volume there? I'm not sure. I know I can hear it. Can y'all hear the volume? Just let me know. But this is a Genshin Impact free version 2.7 update. We're in the chat. Pokemon dropping new info on the new clips over my sounds. All that. But for Genshin Impact here, so its update is finally releases this week on all platforms. There's a little bit of delay to the developer. Oh, there's no sound from this clip. Okay, I'll just talk over it then. This from the developer Yo Verse previously showcased Yeelane in a new character trailer with details for update being revealed a little while ago. So if you missed that, 2.7 Hidden Dreams in the Depths brings a new Anchorun quest in the Chasm, unveiling Liu and Yakshe history. Reruns the Zio, and I'm trying to say these names, so if I'm destroying them, please let me know. I know I'm killing these names right now. Aratakaki, Ito, and Aratakaki gang hosting a drum-along rhythm game more and more today. So Genshin Impact 2.7 pre-installation is gone live on iOS, Android platform, PC platforms ahead yesterday, May 31st. So that is up and running. This is kind of some of the gameplay of it as well. You can check it out if you haven't played it. I know Eeyore, you're a big fan of this game here, and I wish I had the volume. Has some pretty cool sounds here and everything. I'm gonna try to see. Do I get this? Oh, dang it! No, I can't do the sounds. I found out. I'll mess it up. Don't want to mess it up. But yeah, here's some of the gameplay. You could talk to Eeyore in Discord. You can ask questions about it. I haven't played this game, but I've heard him mention it several times in our conversations. And it's an anime game that is the artwork, the storyline. I'm pretty sure I've played a few anime games where the storylines are amazing. The graphics looks amazing as well, and you have your little fun tasks before you get to the main mission of every game. So I would say check this out if you into quest games. This is that quest type of game. You're going out for little quests here and there, but then also don't forget there is a main plot of the game that you got to go and complete. So this is out. This is if you already have Genshin Impact, you already have the game. Great. Now you have this DLC that came in yesterday. You could download and actually has separate release times for each continent. I found that as well. I think I could be helpful at least in that department. So the downloads started yesterday, and they go until hold on, let me find that. Trying to move this cursor. So here we go. The West Coast. So it's 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the release there for Genshin Impact, and That was on May 30th, so Monday. And then 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, also May 30th on the East Coast. And then 11 p.m. British Standard Time back on May 31st, which is Monday. And then yesterday in in Central Europe time, 12 a.m., which I don't know what even time. I gotta go and do the math, and don't have time for all the math here, and figure out that time zone for us here in Central. And ER says my daughter could talk days for that game. I bet, because I know that it's so many layers to an anime. You know, it's the storyline, the artwork, and then each character has its cool little story behind it. That could go on forever and makes it very interesting. And one of my daughters, she's big into the Chobat series, if I'm saying that correctly. The anime characters, they have the mice or ears, animal ears and everything. And so she dressed up as cosplay. We went to Comic-Con 2016, 2015, or 2014 actually. I take it back, 2014. And she was, that was her show. That was her book. She read the book. She watched the cartoon. She did everything, wore the costume as well. So I definitely 100% understand the involvedness of anime games or just fun games like Pokemon, like Genshin Impact. It's totally cool. So ER says it's all about the characters. Yes, it is. That's what draws us in. What we're going to talk about here in a minute about Obi-Wan and Stranger Things, the characters, what's going on with all of them in the show and off the show. It's so important. It's so fun and it's so interesting. So the next big game for me. All right, let me go through these little tabs. And like I said, full disclosure, I'm working on one monitor now. So today, I'm out of town, so I got to make sure I do not close out the scenes here. So I know I'm looking for my next game here, which is a fun game. I never played it. Another game I haven't played was very few games. No, I take that back. That's a lie. It's a lot of games I haven't played. But this one right here is a really cool game. Hold up. Let me see. I'm going to try to stop share, reshare, because I'm trying to get some audio for y'all. Same system. Boom. There it is. Audio. We got audio. We got audio. Yes. We have audio. I'm going to play that. Is this the one? I'm finding it. Trying to find the one. Nope. Nope. Query. Nope. All right. This must be the video. It's only 30 seconds long. It's real short. Here we go. So we got Wonder Boy Collection coming at you. And this is retro games on PlayStation 4 and Switch as well. It was released earlier this year, but then re-released here now in the summertime. So throughout the 80s and 90s, the adventures of Wonder Boy delighted gamers of different generations and built a huge following. I never got a chance to play it, but I always wanted to play it. But it just seemed like a fun game. Like I said, I told you, very quick intro or a video right there of Wonder Boy, but a fun game. You can see there it is a platform, energetic, and just for you, Eeyore, I got this right. A platforming action RPG. Boom. So just let you know, there it is. Did I say that right, Eeyore? A platforming action RPG. And it was the first launch. It says since its first launch, has seen many sequels, as we saw there, 4. So it's a collection that you can then get and download on your PS4, Pi, and the Switch here coming up. And so, however, Wonder Boy games have been had a very limited release in the West. So that means here in the United States. So modern gaming hardware until now. So celebrate the legacy of the iconic game series where we are creating a carefully curated collection of essential titles for the Wonder Boy series, precisely ported to today's consoles, home, and extended features. So check it out. Wonder Boy. What he has like a grass shorts or something. He like what's his name, Tarzan, running around with the sword and in shorts. So I saw that in the pictures. I was like, but I knew the game. I know the game. I never played it, but I know the game very well. It was on Nintendo, I know. And I was like, let me check that out. Just never got around to it. But now I can get around to it. I get down on my Xbox, or on my PlayStation, on my Switch. That looked like more of a Switch game, if anything. So let's see what's next here. Oh, where we at in the script? Let's see here. Or in the rundown. I keep saying script. This is not a movie. This is a podcast. What I'm talking about. So if you tune in for the first time, this is Mind Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green. My co-host, John Audius, is not here today. He had to take care of some family things, but everything's good. This stuff he has to handle. Nothing bad. It's all good. But he'll be, if he's not going to join us anytime soon, he will be back next week where we have a guest, Bubba Gobert, who is a leader in his area of expertise. He's an event planner. He's a foundation runner. He runs, helps out high schools, elementary schools that establish the Eastward program. So we'll have him on the show next week. We're not at the end of the show. I'm just saying that as I get ready for the next segment with What's on Stream. Roll your boat. What's on Stream? So I got to do all the intros because I don't have a stream deck. So that's why I'm on the road. So that's what I just did. So if you think I'm like going bonkers and crazy, I kind of am, but I'm just doing my intro to this next talk. And so now, everybody ready in the chat? You ready to talk about some Stranger Things, episode 1 and 2? That's what we about to do. So I'm going to put on a little video here. I think I have it up already. Hold on. I think I have Stranger. There it is. I sure do. Boom. Let me stop it there. So we got episode 1. So I'm going to we're going to do this like when I was playing football. We're going to break it down. I'm going to stop the film. Trying to see which one looks better. There we go. I'll do this one. So playing it. So the show starts with this. This is not the start of the show, but we find this is just the trailer of the whole series. So, but the first episode, we find 11, because remember, she is now. They're all in high school now, So I'm gonna let this ride as I talk, because we all seen parts of this stuff already. But now 11 and the boys, all the boys here. Let me get we got Mikey, 11, Will, Dustin, Lucas, Max are all now in high school. And my man that was working at Steve Harrington, I was working at this hot dog shop. I think he's probably out of high school now. But now 11 is trying to basically adjust. She is dealing with, Mike is gone for the summer. I'm going to put this on loop. And y'all could chime in too. And so I'm going to start off by saying what I like about the show. And, obviously I like it because it's back on for one. Let's just go there. And so far, I like what they've done with the characters. They've obviously progressed them in age. They've grown up, and that's going to naturally happen. Seeing Lucas with the flat top coming out for playing them for the varsity team, high school. But, everybody just kind of still dealing with the past, what's happened in the first 3 seasons. They all have a little PTSD going on, having nightmares, having dreams, having flashbacks. Obviously, he was the one that was taken into the upside down. But seeing everybody just grown up. I say that's kind of like my favorite part of the show is the process, because with a live action TV show, you can't not stop the kids from growing up and being kids. They can eventually go into teenagers and eventually adults, so we can see how far this thing possibly go. But yeah, obviously you see here in the preview, this is the trailer for the whole season. So it's going to obviously show scenes that were part of season episode 1 and 2 and some that weren't, that more 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But to see them grow up is probably my favorite part of this series here. To see Millie Brown, I've been to Comic-Con, or I've been to E3 or Comic-Con, where I've seen them on panels talking about their experiences through the season that they had shot at that time. And so now that they are now 15, 16, probably 17, 18, so they're still younger in the movie, in the show, but you're seeing things that happened in the previous season that we didn't see. So this is all spoiler alerts too. So if you have not seen the series, you want to mute me or watch this next week after you watch the series. So I got Ultimate in Gamers JFK. These episodes are so long. Yeah, they're hour long. They're over hour. I think episode 1, JFK, is an hour and 17 minutes, and I think that's a good thing. I'm gonna just let it run. It's the same. It's the same show. I'm putting on mute now, so just have it in the background. But actually, I'm gonna go here and see what this looks like. There we go. I'll keep it there. I like this one. That one's better. So, like I was saying, longer series. They started around 45 minutes or so, but now an hour long, because there's a lot more I think they could cover ground with, and it's good for that. And that's Max there, because remember her brother Billy, he got destroyed by the Demogorgon at the end of season 3. So if you watch season 3, so if you haven't watched none of this, just watch the last episode of season 3, which is episode 8 or something like that, and check it out. And then you get caught up. But like I said, everybody's now in that high school age, so of course everybody's kind of adapting to that. And 11 is having a tough time. She's trying to be cool, she's trying to be popular, but she is not, and she's struggling with it. And I think for all of us that did the high school route, we all did it. And somehow, if you didn't do it, you would, if you did go through it, high school, for some people loved high school. I was one of them. I made a lot of friends from all different, we know how high school is broken down, and that's kind of, that area is geeks, it's the cool kids, it's the athletes, it's the rich kids, it's the, poor kids, it's the thugs, the prego, kids that got pregnant in high school. It's all those groups. And you see this here in the series where Elle, or 11, she's trying to fit in that group of popular girls, and Will sees it, that she's trying hard, but she misses Mike. He's not there. He was out of, I think, I'm not sure if he moved, but he's just not there. So she's struggling with that. Obviously, with her dad gone, we don't, everybody in town thinks he's dead, but he's not. Thinking that Hop is gone. So it's so she's struggling with all that, and you see it, and you see she's trying. She don't have her powers no more. I think she lost them right before the episode of last season ended. So I'm super excited to Ultimate Endgamers. Yep, JFK said, I just don't know how Hop got to where he's at now. I'm still confused. So Hop got there. So you remember, like I said, go back and watch the final episode of season 3. And that's where Hop, the machine that was cracking into the upside down, it blew up. It evaporated the other Russian soldiers, except for him. He got knocked he was on the Russian side of that portal, and it just knocked him out. And of course, everybody on one side of the portal thought everybody on the other side of the portal died. So Winona Ryder's character, all the other young characters, including Elle, or 11, she thought he died, but he's not. He just got knocked into Russia, because that's where the portal was being broken into by the Russian government, scientists studying this and trying to find out, doing all the experiments on the kids. And we see here in the preview, you see a scene that you never saw from a different point of view, from the one doctor, gray-haired doctor. If you watch episode, I think it's the first episode, maybe the second episode, the start of it, they show when Elle breaks out of the hospital, or where they were keeping her and the other kids, because you remember she's 11. That means it was 10 other kids, or 12 and up, but she was 11, and she was the only one that came out of there alive. But we found out why she was the only one found. Like I said, it's a spoiler alert. So she basically went ham on everybody, and it might be because she killed everybody. So she might have been possessed by this villain that now the kids are calling Vinnick, who's part of the, they play their Dungeons and Dragons, but they take the name of the Demogorgon from season 1, 2, and 3. They named that the Demogorgon, and the evil monster that was, and now they renamed this villain as Vinnick, or Vecna. I'm sorry, Vecna. Thank you for the correction, Eeyore. Vecna. I knew I was saying that wrong though. I knew it was like either VNK or VEK or VEC, something like that. So Vecna is the villain. That's basically, he's almost doing like a Professor X, and going to finding people, and if they're weak-minded, he taps into them, and he sucks their soul out and breaks them all up, and it's just messed up how he kills people. It's cold blooded though. I'm like, God, dog, he just ain't killing you. He's discombobulating you when he sucks your soul. He's sucking your soul out. He sucks your soul out along with your eyeballs and everything. So that's Venka has been that gangster of Stranger Things right now. And he's always been there though, but now I guess he's building his strength because he's sucking up all these souls. So you have that going on in these first 2 episodes. So episode 1 is just a reset. You're like, okay, here's everybody. You got Will to his here. 11's doing this. Mikey's doing this. Lucas is playing basketball. I'm trying to see the kid. What's the kid's name? Here we go. So we got Lucas is playing basketball, and remember him and Max has a thing. They're trying. He's trying to. He likes her, she likes him, but she's playing hard to get her. She's giving him a hard time because he slipped up. That was me. I always put my foot in my mouth when I was in high school. And then Dustin is Dustin. He's kind of the initiator of, oh my God, it's back or it's going on again, because he kind of senses things are not right with a lot of people, especially Elle. Will, he's Elle's friend right now, and he's supporting her and is realizing that she's struggling with all that she's struggling to. Mikey's gone. Her powers are gone. Hop is gone out of her life, and so he sees her trying to fit in, and it's not happening. So it's just that all that's going on in episode 1, and then episodes 2, I believe that's when you see the scene that's going to pop up here in this preview of Elle in her rage mode, blood coming out of her eyes and ears and nose, where she's killed everybody that was in the lab, including the doctors and the other kids, unfortunately. And so that's how episode 2 starts up. And then you see Max, Billy's sister, who watched Billy die when the Demogorgon shoved his last little tentacle in his chest. That's where you see her now, mourning her loss of her older brother. But now she has a weakness too. And remember what I said about Vecna? He's going to look for people from the upside down to find if you're weak in your brain, in your body, in your soul of something. And all these kids are weak because they've dealt with a battle. They fought these demons in horrific ways. They've seen people get killed, and now they're only teenagers and they're dealing with this. And so Venka is going to track Mac. I believe my prediction is he's going to track her down, and in one of these next episodes to possess her. I don't know if he's going to kill her or he's going to use her as a foot soldier or something, because we know we've seen this in previous movies or TV shows. Somebody that type of power will use, either if they feel I can't use this character or I can't use this person, just kill them. But I think I sense something more stronger in them. You know what? I'm going to use them as a puppet to spy on the group of kids. The Hellcat, what's the Hellfire group or Hellfire gang or whatever their new name is, with the D&D team that they are hanging out with. So I agree with you, Ultimate In Gamer. The character arc is amazing in the show. And so, for all the character arcs for 11, even the doctor that she was talking to, he was the Russian doctor, but even though he speaks American and all, it's just like, you don't know who to trust. You don't know where it's going, but you can make some predictions. So I like my favorite part, like I said, just seeing all the kids growing up. I like that. I like to see, okay, they progressed the story to now they're in high school, getting into the high school living. You see Hop right here. He's in a Russian prison, being tortured, being put to where look at it, you got to fight. They're actually having the prisoners fight the upside down creatures, as you saw right there. And there's 11. That's the scene where we don't see in episodes 1, 2, and 3, or seasons 1, 2, 3, where she kills everybody. So it's just a lot has been said, because this episodes, like JFK mentioned, episodes are an hour long or more. An hour. Episode 1 is an hour 17 minutes. I think episode 2 is an hour 5 minutes or something like that. So like I said, episode 2, you see more of Venka, and so you see him, this guy coming down from his tentacles, where those tentacles he's using from the upside down to suck people's souls out of them. So he gets you in your weakness. So if you had a a tragedy happened, you had something in your life that's affected you, he uses that to come find you. That's his, he has a radar. He's looking for the weak people that are having trouble dealing with life. And when his radar picks on you, picks you up, he fires a technical in the virtual sense of, I should have said Vecna. Okay, Vecna. So in a virtual, not a virtual, in a from the upside down, he shoots that technical at you when he knows you're weak, and he goes into that weakness and he puts a picture of you seeing your loved one that's passed on, and you're talking to them. But that's Vecna. That's not your mom. That's not your dad. That's not Billy, Billy Max's brother. That's not him. And she's talking to him, or she sees him. He's talking to her, trying to convince her to come here, come. That you're going to go to somebody you love, and so that he's tricking you to basically take you over, kill you, or possess you, and make you do what he feels he needs to do to dominate, rule the world, whatever. Bring the inside upside down to this world in Hawkins. And I believe we're not in Hawkins no more. We're in another city. It might be Hawkins. It might not. I know it's not. It might, but I'll figure out next episode. You know what I'm saying? But I say right now, Stranger Things, first 2 episodes, love them. Can't wait for the next few episodes. So let's get on to Obi-Wan Kenobi right here. So let me get this set up here. I'm just trying to roll with what I can. I'm rolling with one monitor here. Again, full disclosure. Where we at? Obi-Wan, where you at, Obi-Wan? Here we go. Boom. Oh no, there we go. So I'm gonna put this on loop as well. So here we go. We got Obi-Wan, season 1, episode 1 and 2, and Disney Plus is only dropping 2 episodes right now, and they're the same length as Stranger Things. And so, first episode, just like Stranger Things episode, it's just resetting you. It's taking you down that road of what happened to Obi-Wan and everyone around him, and where he's at now. So if you've seen Phantom Menace, you've seen Clone Wars, you've seen Revenge of the Sith, those are all the storylines. You watch Droids, you watch Clone Wars, the animated, like you watch all the Star Wars animated series. These are the series that will get you to this point, so you're not lost. I hear you, Ultimate Gamer. Top tier TV. Yep, you can't beat it. And ER says here, I missed this one. It says Stranger Things has 7 episodes right now, and 8 episodes, and 9 will drop July 1st. So that is the rundown for Stranger Things. Here for also ER adds here. Obi-Wan has 2 episodes right away, and then every Friday a new episode. So that is the format for Obi-Wan. I knew it was going to be a different format. It was going to be something, but I knew 2 episodes right away. And then this Friday, I'm hoping this Friday will be the next episode. If we got to wait a whole another Friday, they're killing me. But, we want to break this down. We see the Inquisitors here. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go, Paul. I'm going to back it up. See, I'm going to do this old football breakdown now. So we see Inquisitors right there. And so we have, in some scenes we see Hayden Christensen as Anakin, and obviously Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan when he was younger. The first Inquisitor you see there is played by Rupert Friend, and he's the Grand Master Inquisitor right now of this group. And if you won't recognize him, the one Inquisitor on the right, that is my guy. I'm pulling up his name, but the actor from Fast and Furious. He was the one. He was always the mysterious dude. Sung Kang is the Inquisitor on the right, and Moses Ingram is the third sister Inquisitor. That is third sister, where she has a chip on her shoulder. You see that right away. And real quick, just a side note on before I go down, continue breaking down what I'm seeing here with Obi-Wan. I'm loving it, and it was the number 1 most watched episode. I believe this episode 1 was the most watched episode on Disney Plus and any show in the history of Disney Plus or any show of any apps or something. Like it set a record of that many viewings of an episode. So the other thing I want to bring up, if you're on Reddit, it pulled up on my Reddit today where Ewan McGregor had to, basically draw a line in the sand, and I'm drawing this line in the sand too. That there is some backlash to Moses Ingram, who plays the third sister Inquisitor, and racist remarks that have been DM'd to her, to Star Wars, all social media accounts about her role as the Inquisitor, and for whatever reason, these so-called Star Wars fans have to be, shed negative light on her because of the color of her skin, her potentially being a female, and all that. And I'm gonna echo the same sentiment that Ewan McGregor has echoed. It's like, if you are doing that to any actor, not just Moses, but any actor in the Star Wars universe, because you remember they're human too. They're going home, they cook, they clean, they be with their families. You're not a true Star Wars fan. Because if you think about the Star Wars storyline that George Lucas started back in 1977, really before that, 1970, when he started writing the series, the movie, what we know now, everybody is represented of all species and planets that we ain't even been to. And we hope we as fans, we hope some of these planets exist so we could go to them one day, but we know they're not. But in actuality, we live in a world like this. We want to live in a world like this. The gaming world is all inclusive. The gaming world is all, everybody involved playing games, having a good time, but also holding people accountable. And so I'm holding those people accountable. You need to not do this to this young lady. She is an actress. She's probably worked her butt off to get where she's gotten. And all these actors in this series, from Ewan McGregor to Rupert to Joel Edgerton to Sung to if I'm saying the name, Indira Varma, all of them have worked tremendously hard to be where they're at and to be, in a series like this, they've hit the pinnacle of their career. So to then try to bring them down at this moment, you're not a true Star Wars fan. I know that some series you can have your opinion, but when it goes beyond that line of just stating an opinion, when you're becoming racist, you become sexist and all that, I'm saying, don't comment. Just leave it to yourself. Leave it. Don't hit send. Don't go into the DM and type up that message. Don't do it, because we're in a world right now. There's a lot more going on. There's a lot of other stuff going on too. We got a ton of going. I talked about it on the show plenty of times of different things going on in the world. Stuff we've had and have happened in the United States in the last couple of weeks of the shootings and stuff like that. There's enough going on to then have this going on to somebody, a young actress who's doing a phenomenal job of brings to light this character in the Star Wars series. So that's what I'm gonna put that out there, and this is how I roll on my show. I call it ace and ace. And so if you any of those fans, people that are doing that, let them know. Don't go down that aisle. That's not cool. It's not fun. We want to enjoy this and have a good time. We want to enjoy and talk about and break down this series and where this series is going, and not have to deal with this. But I will address it, and like I did, and if I have to do it again, I'll do it again. But now, for me and everybody's in here to talk about this in a good way. Let's finish the conversation. So, like I said, Moses' character, third sister, she comes off the top rope. She's they were saying the whole time in the series, if you watched it, ambitious. It's like she's really she's in the hunt. And unbeknownst to the Grand Inquisitor, she has basically hatched her own investigation of Obi-Wan, of bringing him out of the shadows to hunt him down, because this is still Order 66 going on. Remember, Order 66 was Lord Sidious' order to kill all the Jedi, the double cross the Jedi. He was an ambassador or an emperor that looked like he was good, but then obviously we knew in the end. I still, to this day, I'm like, how do you not know that Palpatine was not a Sith? I still don't get that, but one day I could sit in a conversation with George Lucas, maybe Ewan McGregor, talk with him about how did that get behind all the Jedi? I just don't know. That's the one question for me. I always wonder how they missed that. You could totally know that is. You could tell he's a Sith. What we got? Eeyore in the chat says all Inquisitors are vying for Vader's favor. So remember, Sith have the rule of two. Yes, there's always the lead Sith, and then there's always an apprentice. So it was Anakin and Obi-Wan. It was Qui Jin and Obi-Wan, and then it was Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then obviously so on and so forth. So definitely another. It was a master and then one apprentice. So it's just interesting. That was something I always ask myself. I always put that out there when we have Star Wars conversation. Big Baby Duke says, "Is this anything? Is this anything more than typical internet trolls? Why give them this type of attention?" Yeah, I mean, it's no surprise. It sucks, but I say I'm not giving it attention. I'm letting them know that more people, like I said, I'm echoing Ewan McGregor's sentiments on his Reddit. I'm echoing that. So we need more people like me talking to letting people know that's not cool. Stop it. Just don't be that person. Don't be that guy. Don't be that person that's putting out these negative remarks. So it's not bringing attention to it. It's more, I don't think I'm bringing attention. I think I'm teaching people, letting people know, look, we should be saying, if you see it, reply back to that person, and you don't have to reply back nasty. Just say, hey, not cool. You don't, no need for that. Just something simple like that. That's all it does. And more comments like that make it where the change starts to happen. Because if you see something going on and you don't do nothing, you're just as probably guilty or bad not saying something about it. So if you see that type of comment, reply to it. Say, hey, man, that's not cool. This is not the place for it. Something simple like that. You don't need to go in no further than that. And that's basically what I'm doing here, Big Baby Duke. That's just how I am. That's how I was raised. So calling the ace an ace, holding people accountable. That's how I was in the locker room. Coming up in all my football, baseball, basketball background. So, but yeah, to the series though, right, that scene right there, seeing Luke, he's peeping in, he's doing his job, like he said he's going to overlook, and seeing Luke already, imagining he's driving a speeder or a X-wing. It just that's the fun stuff to see, how they kind of drop those little nuggets here and there. I know there was a lot more. I think I seen stuff on YouTube saying there was like 63 Easter eggs. I'm like, I think I saw 10 because I'm just into the talk. But so episode 1, like I said, it's just a reset. Kind of like, this is the characters, these are players, this is where they are. They're still in Order 66 looking for Jedi, and they come into one saloon at the beginning of this trailer where they have a Jedi. And at that time, I'm like, are they already looking? I didn't see Obi-Wan, so I kind of like, okay, they're not looking for Obi-Wan. They found another Jedi that's around this place on Tatooine. So that's what they was able to suck out. The way, they threw a knife, or the third sister threw the knife, and then the Jedi stopped the knife from hitting the bartender. That stuff, I mean, that's straight investigation, how you pull them out of the woods type thing. And you got the Inquisitors using that old school mentality of tracking down. And you see how serious they are. They're really trying to eradicate, continue. This is 10 years after the fact that Order 66 was announced through the intercom for all the soldiers. I know I saw, and then, if you look around there on Tatooine, they had a scene where Obi-Wan walked up on one of the Clone War soldiers, and it was basically the actor who plays Boba Fett, but remember, he was Jango Fett was the clone. They cloned him and his body, his look. So you saw a clone soldier that was pretty much down and out because the war is over, and he was on the ground, beard grown out, and asking for help. So that was interesting to see that. So what do you say, JFK? Because I think the new sister is sick. Man, I hope she gets a fight with Ahsoka. Hey, that's a prediction. I mean, and I say I like it because she's bad. Like, if you played Fallen Order, I know or you probably played Fallen Order. They had I'm not sure if this was the same sister. Let me know if that's not, because I played Fallen Order. I played the video game when it came out, and it's been some DLC content since that game came out. So I'm not sure if this is but it's in the same path as this storyline. But I already know George Lucas and whoever that he brings in under him, there's continuity from the movies to the cartoons to the video games. There's always a connection. And that's what I love about Star Wars. That's the part that's why I think a lot of people are so loving this, in the series. So Eeyore says, I have this. Let me put this up. He says there are 9 sisters and brothers that hunt the Jedi. Okay, and then if you saw at the beginning of the series, it doesn't show it in this trailer, where there is a Jedi training some younglings at the Jedi Temple. So when Order 66 happens, that Jedi then is defending those younglings, and Reva, the third sister, she's one youngling with her helmet on and in the training, so she's in that group. And I watched the trailer. I did some homework and found out that she was there, that in that group when they saw that Jedi get taken down. And a lot of the Inquisitors are former, obviously all Jedis that were younglings during that time, 10 years prior, at the beginning of episode 1, where you see all the soldiers shooting down and taking down all the Jedis in the Jedi Temple at that time. The internet think she was one of those kids. Yes, she. Yeah, so that they think, and I've heard about it. So I'm gonna put my money that was her. It makes it right, because if she is one of those kids that sees that happening, the question then is what turns her to the dark side, because she was a youngling. As a kid, she was then being brought up for good, but then somewhere along the way, seeing that Jedi get shot by a stormtrooper or something, flipped the switch in her brain to be like, all right, I'm going to the dark side, and I'm gonna hunt Obi-Wan like she's hunting him now. And maybe she's hunting him. This is a prediction here. Maybe she's hunting him not to kill him, but to say, hey, I was a youngling. Can we reboot this thing? Can we get the Jedi going again? I don't know. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, that's a little prediction. He said the dude, JFK goes here. The dude with the hat is the same Inquisitor from the anime. Yes, he's from the animated series, and the actor is Sung Kang from all the Fast and the Furious movies. So he's that one guy. I think it was over in Japan. He was over in, I think, Tokyo. I think he showed up in Too Fast, Too Furious, when the kid from Texas was there, and he was at the not the military school, but the private school, because he was acting. He got caught stealing cars and all that stuff. So I think that's who that is. And yeah, he's from the animated series too. And then JFK, we got hear more from you. He said, yes, a lot of younglings turn for fear of being murdered and the fact of being told false information in Order 66. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, if they're young and they're influential, and obviously they want to be somewhere where they're safe, and then after that, that's when the banana and tailpipe happens. The lie then starts to take over, and unfortunately, they got a lot of good folks, good future Jedis to switch over to become part of the dark side. And you see in every scene, in both episodes, which I love for watching this, when they go to cut between each scene, you're gonna see scenes of when the Inquisitor, they're talking to Darth Vader. You could hear him in the background, you could hear his voice. I can't wait to see if they're gonna really show that it's Anakin, Hayden Christensen, because it's still 10 years later. So this has been a while, and he could probably look like, if you can make him look like, obviously they got great artists, great prosthetics to make him look like, oops, sorry, I didn't jump off the video. Where did it go? Boom, there you go. I didn't bounce out of there, sorry. I didn't did that up there. Let me just bounce out of that real quick. Pause that. I had to go into put some editing in here. Where is it at? So sorry about that, but we can keep talking. So just having that part, just being like, are they gonna really show Anakin? Have him as Hayden Christensen in a scene, one episode, to show where he's at in his aging. In his, obviously we know he's all powerful Darth Vader, and what they're gonna have him do, because he's like not happy. He didn't lost Padme. He has his 2 kids somewhere in the world, in the galaxy, and he's hunting them down. He's hunting Obi-Wan down because Obi-Wan is part of them being gone. And we know he's always been battling his ghost from his past because he doesn't really, he doesn't hate Obi-Wan. I mean, he just was succumbed to the dark side, just like every other Jedi that did go to the dark side. So that's the part of I can't wait to see. And then ER says episodes 3 we should see Darth Vader, and I think the sooner the better because that's who everybody wants to see. Between me wanting to see Vader, Luke Skywalker, we already seen him. He's a little kid though. Princess Leia's already showing. I love the part like Princess Leia you're showing her power of being rebellious already. Not her power, but just herself being rebellious already as a young kid, and what leads her. And you see, like, okay, I see why she's going to eventually be the admiral, captain, leader of the rebel forces against the Empire, because it's already set there when she's 10 years old. She's running around, don't want to go do the political stuff. She wants to be running around in the forest with her little sidekick robot or android there already. So it's just fun little things to kind of just all the little nice little accents that this story has been around my entire life has just brought a nice little funness to. When I hear the breathing or I hear a lightsaber turn on, I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. We got another Star Wars movie. It's just so fun and interesting. And to see all the storylines, like I think it was either Renaissance or Eeyore mentioned earlier that just to watch, or Ultimate Gamer mentioned how the story arcs, from Stranger Things, but just like this, the story arcs, everything just going and how they're connecting and intersecting. It's just amazing. It's fun. And Eeyore JFK says, no, Vader has got to be played by a black guy now. LOL. Need that deep brass. And MJ what's that? Baldy? Is that a Baldy? Oh Lord. Okay. Eeyore goes here. It says Vader got turned into crispy chicken nuggets. He's always going to look burnt. That's true. When he was on Mustafar fighting Obi-Wan, he also uses the Force to keep himself alive too. Yeah, because he learned how to do that once Sidious got his hands on him. But you can't tell. I said, JFK, you won't be able to tell what color skin he is because he's burnt. So it don't matter. Because remember, he was trying to fight Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan warned him, said, look, man, I got the high ground. Don't do it. He's like, I got more power than you. He went to jump, and what happened? Tucked him, and Obi-Wan had to do it because Darth Vader was going to kill him, so he got to clap them legs off. It's unfortunate. It says, man, extra crispy barbecue chicken to Vader on Mustafar when he got defeated. Yeah. And so, yeah, they're already throwing those little scenes at us, which makes us, the fans, we just get sucked in. But I don't mind this. This is great entertainment. So suck me in every time. I'm going to watch. I watched everything from, like I said, the animated series to all the live action stuff, TV show and big screen. And they're all connected. That's the part that I think is more impressive. If any of the artwork, any of the storylines, the plots, it's just, you're connecting 50 years of content, small and big, and it seamlessly is connected. And that means George Lucas, who was at the head of this, now has brought in, executive producers of the actors, executive producers of other films, like Kathleen Kennedy, to name a few, that just kept this going the right direction and in the right path and never crossovering or taking stuff out that should have been there. That's not easy to do, and they did it. They made it look easy, and that's why Marvel is done what is done with it. And we have some comments here in the chats. He said, facts, burnt. Fat is a new color. Is that what it is, JFK? Okay. ER says, I'll talk to you about all this next time when we play. Okay, we're gonna talk when we get into some Halo Infinite. ER sounds good to me. So, any other comments? What are predictions for this next? So we got 2 episodes up. Friday should be the next episode for Obi-Wan. So episode 2, if you remember, Obi-Wan is now he's kind of come out of hiding to help. This is where you see the fight scenes on the rooftops here, and him trying to go get Princess Leia, because Princess Leia was the bait for him by Third Sister to get him to come out of the shadows to rescue. Because as they said in the first scene, that by the Grand Inquisitor is saying that a Jedi is a Jedi, so they're gonna always reveal themselves because they want to help people. And so him being asked by the Governor Organa, or the dad of Leia that raised her, pleaded, Obi-Wan, can you help us go? She's been kidnapped. Can you go find her? Can you bring her back to us? So my prediction, is obviously we continue that story part of it is his to protect her, get her back to the Organas on, I believe that's Tatooine or Andor. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember all the planets. It's a big solar system, but I know it's taking it back to the Organas. So that's going to continue. But now, we're going to, like ER said, and JFK followed up with that. We're going to see Darth Vader in this next episode. I want to see where Third Sister, Ravina Moses Ingram, Reva character, where that goes with the Inquisitor. Because right after the end of season or episode 2, we saw what she did to the Grand Inquisitor. Like I said, spoiler alerts here. She stuck a lightsaber in his gut. So she took him out of the picture. So we have no Grand Inquisitor. We still have Third Sister and the other brother, played by Sung Chain. So that is where I want to see go. I want to see, like, what does she do now is she giving the power of Grand Inquisitor or what? Because she's been sliced the dude, my man that was her leader, in half. So we have JFK says, what time period do you think Ahsoka is going to be held like Mandalorian or right after? I think Ahsoka is probably right after this. I know somebody in the chat can help him out with that answer. And then DER says, with Disney tossing out all the extended universe books, it gave them the ability to write and do all these shows to weave in and out the Disney universe. Correct. So that's the beautiful part I love about all this. ER and everybody in the chat. So Big Baby Duke says Grand Inquisitor is in Rebels, which takes place after this. So he might be back. Okay, got you. Because I know I didn't see. Probably missed some of Rebels. I know I watched. I know Clone Wars. I watched all of that. So, and ER has Ahsoka is going to be around the Mandalorian. Yeah, because I remember when he grabbed the baby, she had him along with Luke at the end. So they are talking about Ezra Bridger for who? ER for which character? But yeah. So these 2 episodes, and I say 4, actually more episodes in Stranger Things. They did release more, but for Star Wars Obi-Wan, you got the 2 episodes now out, and then in 2 days from now, Friday will be hopefully the next episode. We could break that down next week, and we have the boys coming up too. So John didn't make it today, but that's okay. You have me, and I hope everyone had a good time. And if you have any suggestions, any other topics that we want to talk about in terms of these series, Obi-Wan, Stranger Things, put them in the Discord, join our Discord, and we can talk about it on next week's episode. We have a guest, so that guest could chime in as well. So by myself, I've almost been on this thing for 2 hours, so this is going to be interesting how where we're going to go with this. This is going to be some long but good conversation. So I want to say thank you to everybody jumping in and enjoying my conversation, chiming in. ER, JFK, Ultimate Gamer, Big B, Pooch jumped in as well. Everybody conversation, keeping the conversation going, have a good talk. I want to say thank you for that. And you can find me if you're new to the chat. If you're new to the stream, Ahman Green 30, all one word. It's on Twitter and Instagram. And we also are on YouTube and TikTok on Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge on YouTube and Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge on TikTok, and we record, and then we're live all at the same time every Wednesday at 11 a.m. And like I said, next week we're gonna again be talking about Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Stranger Things, and then we might have time enough to pinch in, or we will flip out talking about The Boys and some of their few episodes that they're going to launch. And I like that show, but I don't like some of the characters. So when an actor does a good job and me not liking a character, I'll be like, I always give him a kudos, because I can't think of the actor's name, but the actor that plays Homelander in The Boys, obviously, I don't like that guy. I mean, he's Superman with bad attitude. He's Superman without the leadership qualities that Superman has, and he is diabolically not good. But that actor, great actor, if you could pull that off, make somebody not liked among the fan base, you're doing your job as an actor. So I would say hats off to him. But we'll be talking about him, and I don't know his name next week. Actually, let me just look it up right now, just because this is my podcast. I could take some time before I jump off air here. The Boys, which is on Prime Video, is season 3. The cast is, and the guy that plays Homelander, Anthony Starr. So Anthony Starr, good job, bro, because I do not like Homelander. That character is conniving, devilish, and all bad. He's a racist Superman. that might be true, but he's not a good dude either. I mean, for all other reasons, he's killed people. If you've seen the show, he's raped people. It's like, come on, man. You're supposed to be saving the world, and you're doing this behind closed doors. Like, bro, I love the series though. I love how they're putting a different light on the superhero, being a superhero, that these who they are after they're fighting crime, and some of it you might like, some of it you might not. You might not like. It's going to be some of it you're not going to like. So this is going to be, the Boys talking about this in an open forum is going to be interesting next week. So The Boys next week, maybe a little bit of Obi-Wan and Stranger Things, because there's a lot more to talk about there. We might pass that off the next week, and hopefully, and John will be back, and then we'll have, I say, foundation driver Bubba Gobert. I met him through a panel that I do once a month with leaders and organizers of esports programs, foundations that help grassroots campaigns of esports around the country. So he will be here next week. Bubba Gobert, you can follow him on Twitter right now. That's Bubba, Bubba, and then his how you spell his last name? I got it right here. Is G? I know it starts with a G. GAEDDERT. So Gaybert, Bubba Gator. That's his name, and his Twitter is the same thing, at Bubba Gator on Twitter. So follow him, check him out, and we'll have him as an interview next week for the show. And I'll be back along with John. I know he's been busy, like I said, but we'll definitely welcome him back. And I can't wait to hear his opinion about Obi-Wan, about Stranger Things, and about The Boys coming here next week. So everybody have a good rest of your day. It's the Hump Day week. Safe travels if you're traveling, like myself, and be safe wherever you are. All right. Have a good day. So I get the show ready to roll out of this thing. I will have my intros back, so there will be no more. This is not more than the last time. It will not have Ahman sounds going on, but if I'm on the road and no stream deck, you're gonna get them Ahman sounds. It says, and then here it says, "Don't get me started with what they did in the storyline and The Boys was great, but damn, that was harsh." Right. It's a lot of stuff going on with The Boys. I gotta head out. We'll talk Star Wars and Stranger Things and The Boys soon. Yes, ER. Everybody have a great rest of your day. I'm jumping off as well. Peace out.